Yes, hello. Hello. Yes, hello. Yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you. Uh, yes. Yeah, let me just set it so that you can see me properly. Yeah, I can see one of your team guys still logging in. Okay, I can see also all of you are already set. Let me fix myself a little bit here. Okay. Yes, so Peter, I had actually discussed with Mr. Sanjay. Yeah, not Sanjay directly, but the son, whom I met at the shop sometimes back. That was last week. Yes, so I met with him and then we just discussed about the system, and that is when now they gave me your contacts to be able to actually be able to sit with you and discuss with you in details. And I was actually hoping that you will organize a meeting that we can meet one on one. But sometimes online stuff, technology at times becomes challenging, and especially issues to do with internet and fiber. You'll hear sometimes the fiber has been cut or whatever. Uh, yes, yes. So I just wanted us just to discuss a few things, and maybe if there are some other things you'll want to know from the system, then I'll be more than glad to take you through. Yeah, more than glad to take you through. I can see like your team is already set. Which is okay. So now tell me, what system are you using now? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yes. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Yes. That is probably. Yeah, sure. Okay, so in a nutshell, you guys have used several systems or something. Yeah, looks like you've been using quite a number of systems, and some of them have been disappointing you. That I think that those are the sentiments I got from the Sanjay's family. So looks like they can no longer trust any other system that comes. Yes. Now, currently, customers that are using our system now, most of them are not fully in Nairobi. Yeah, most of them are not fully in Nairobi. They are actually outcasts of Nairobi because we have a pharmaceutical shop in Kericho. Yeah, somewhere in Kericho there. And then if you've been in Eldoret, there is also a pharmaceutical distributors around. Yes, yeah, around Bandaptai. You know Bandaptai? Yeah, sure. So we have quite a number of customers. Those are middle class. I can't say that we are actually operating on tier one type of customers, but we are heading there because we are hoping our clients are going to grow with us, and then we'll be able also to reach those tier ones, because I'm sure most businesses did not just start with a new system when they were already in tier one. They must have come a long way with certain systems. So that is what we are also hoping, so that when clients use our system, then they are able to grow with it. And once they grow with it, they will have a quality assurance of what the system can really do for them, and they will also have a full understanding of what the system is all about. So this issue of like an organization, just a fully established organization, just establishes itself, and then all of a sudden it looks for a new system. That is also it is also welcomed, but most of the organizations that have been very successful in terms of ERP systems, these are organizations that had started with these ERP systems at their earlier age, which is also a proof of how that ERP system is actually effective. Okay, it's actually effective. Yeah. So most of these supermarkets you see outside here, they actually started with these systems when they were in their humble stages. And that is when now they ended up now growing and growing and growing. But I'm not saying there are no challenges. They are actually facing challenges wherever they are. But I hope those challenges are fixed whenever they actually encounter those challenges. Actually, they are actually fixed. So this is one of the things that I think you need to put into consideration first. Yeah, you need to put into consideration if you're looking for a system. Find a system whereby, okay, it started with an organization from its humble ground. Okay, and then that is when you will have a CV of that system. Like now with us, we have several like supermarkets and businesses that are actually relative to your operations, which of course it's retail. And these units or enterprises, we started with them when they were, one branch, two branch. Others are now, they are now adding a second branch or a third branch. And that one also shows you the effectiveness of the system. Okay, that one shows you how effective the system is. And that is the only way you can be able to know the quality and the effectiveness of the system. And like me telling you a lot of words, and sometimes you may think like I'm just giving you sweet words, for me to be able to sell my system. But in actual sense, you need to look at the history and the resume of what we have, and also you can be able also to establish for yourself that for how long these clients that we do have used our system. Yes. Now, Kubi Solution is a UK-based company, and I hope you went through our website. I think you saw our website. It is actually a UK-based company, but now it has influence around Kenya, and we have quite a number of clients around Kenya. So, KLIK ERP is only one of the modules or one of the solutions that we do offer. But apart from that, there are other also solutions that we do offer. Okay, like we have loyalty programs that can enhance your performance. That is enhancing product performance, and also you are able to know the data of all of your customers. Because one thing we ended up realizing in Kenya, that most distributors they don't actually have data of their own consumers. They rely on the middle. They're called middle distributors. But as manufacturers, they need to know exactly who is actually using their products and all that, so that they can have that direct intelligence of how customers are actually using their products, so that they are able to know what to produce at a certain season and what actually not to produce at a certain season, given the data and the rate at which those products are really moving. Okay, so that is one of the most robust, loyalty program that we do have. And I know most people, when you speak of loyalty program, they tend to think of supermarket way of loyalty program, but this one is more, more than what a supermarket offers. Because what a supermarket offers is that at the end of it all, you'll have to redeem a product, But now for this one, you are even able to send your own customers money in terms of, through M-Pesa. You can send them a certain percentage of cash through M-Pesa. They can also be able to get airtime, relative to the redeeming points that they've accumulated. So it's a very, very huge loyalty program that we have, and it's actually even being used apart from UK. There are quite a number of clients who are using it even here. Yes. Yes, yeah, there is one of the clients that is using it is basically known the Basco paints, yeah, Basco paints, yeah, yeah, the Basco paints, they're the ones who are using it. Yes, they're one of our huge clients in terms of uh, loyalty programs. Yes, of course, yes. Yeah. We also do hospitality. We also have a very robust hospitality, that is hotel management system. We do have that, and there are quite a number of systems that we do have, as actually indicated in the website. But in Kenya, there are three which are very active. That is hospitality management, loyalty management, and now the KLIK ERP. So those are the most active in Kenya, because that is where now we are able to get quite a number of customers through that. But there are other solutions that we do have, which are typically actually, operating in London. Yeah, like the insurance management, what you've just seen. That one, it's fully, and it's so huge in London. Yes, but if there be a customer that will be required, so we'll be able actually we'll be more than glad to install it for them, because the solution is there. Yes. Uh, yeah, so I'll be more than glad to take you through. I'll be more than glad to take you through. So let me just log in, and then I'll take you through. Now, just like I said, Uh, Kubi Solution is a UK-based company. Actually, we did not actually begin just recently, because in Kenya, we were here since 2006. We were here, and we've provided solutions for different companies. And yeah, you mentioned one of our hospitality clients, yeah. Yes, we've actually worked with so many. One of them was Jacaranda. If you know Jacaranda, they've used our system. We've also installed for Sarova, not Sarova, Sankara hotels. At one point, they used our system, but right now they switched to another system. Yes, and then we have, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, in Naivasha. Yes. I'm glad that you know that. I'm glad you know that. Yeah, exactly. So we have quite a number of clients that are using this system. So now, for this case, if you want to know more about our hospitality, I'll be more than glad that we organize also another meeting, so that whereby you can just go through hospitality, and we have specialists for that who will be able to take you through. But as for me, I'm actually fully on ERP systems, that is KLIK ERP, so that I'm able actually to be able to explain to you more, because I'm a specialist on that. Okay. Okay, so let me log in, and then we see how it goes. So now, when you're logging in, this is now the interface of the entire system. Yeah, this is the interface of the entire system. You can see this is how it looks. Looks like, by the way, it is as simple as that. And because we knew, like most consumers or most clients will always need a very easy, user-friendly interface on how they can it can make it so easy for them to actually work. So you can see there, like you have a POS here, and then you can see this is one of the modules, and then you can also see we have an accounting module here, and this is actually fully fledged accounting, and you're getting a real real-time data in terms of your accounting packages and all that stuff. So your guys will just be working, but at the background of the system automatically picks all the data together, and it synchronizes everything for you. So it has both expenses, it has both all that you can think of in terms of accounting, like from the time, like here now, you can see from all the charts of accounts, you can see all the payment entries, you can see the invoices, you can also be able to see all the receivables, and then you can see also your purchasing invoices. There are also other general ledgers in terms of journal entry, you can also see, and then there are also trial balances there you're able to check. So you can see it's actually a robust system that, if you'll have time, we'll just go, if you want us to go deep in one of the packages, I'll be more than glad to take you through that. Okay. And then the other module is that we have this the procurement part, and then within the procurement also we have what we call you can see here you have all the items, purchase order analysis, you have material request, you have also purchasing analytics, and then of course these are when you're buying, these are the modules from the purchasing order, purchasing invoices. You can request for a quotation and supplier quotation, and then also their material request. And then also, of course, you have items and pricing, and this is where you'll have to do all your items and pricing. And then you have, okay, suppliers accounts, and then also their suppliers accounts, whereby you get their addresses, their contacts, their phone numbers, and plus all the details that as required by the law. Okay, so that is in the procurement. And then also in selling, you have all this in terms of you can have all the sales analytics, sales order analysis, you have sales funnel. And you remember one of your guys when I visited there, you at one time you were asking me that if you guys have a system that can really accommodate key reports like sell funnels and all that. So these are the key reports that you can have there. Okay, you have sales order trends, you have quotation trends, you have customer acquisitions and loyalty, you have those customers who are inactive. The system is able to show you that these customers have stayed for quite some time without actually buying with you. And this is where you are able to see that. And then sales person-wise transaction summary. And then you are also able to see item-wise history. And all these other reports that the system is able to compile for you. So this is actually a very a robust ERP system that you can think of. Yeah. And then we have also stocks. We have their stock modules with the details here. And you can see their masters of reports. And then also we have, of course, up here you can see these are just shortcuts relative to what somebody had just accessed in the last 30 minutes because I was doing some things here. And then you can see these are the main items within the stock module. You have items, you have these items, you can be able to categorize them in groupings. You have also products, and these products you can put them on bundles. And then you have price lists, you have item price, we have shipping rule, which most of the system do not have that. Shipping rule, it's one of the best and one of the more key features. Because most people, when they develop systems, they only think of, especially in Kenya, people only think of in terms of like their local units, yeah? But they cannot think of in terms of like this client can be handling things outside even your own country. You can be doing importations and exportations and importations. So these are some of the things that the system is able actually to handle for you. And I'm 100% sure most of the modules that you may look for in this country, you cannot find a robust stock management system like the one I'm showing you right now. Okay, so you can see there are also item alternatives. You can also see item manufacturer. Those are items that are going to a manufacturing or a factory. And then you can see also stocks in terms of transactions and all that. And then there are also other stocks that have a serial number. Now, how do you capture those stocks that do have serial numbers? Okay, so this is where you can be able to capture. You can capture stocks with serial numbers, and this one mostly happens with a lot of, let's say, electronic stuff. I don't know if your motorbikes do have serial numbers in terms of their engine capacities and all that, isn't it? Because I know you're dealing with spare parts and most of the spare parts and all that stuff. But okay, the engines have chassis. Okay, do motorbikes have chassis numbers? Yes, now those ones you can actually be able to indicate them there. Okay, then you can do what we call a stock reconciliation. There is a stock reconciliation. There is a landed cost for you who are actually procurement guys. You understand that. And then there is a packing slip, quality inspection. There is a quality inspection template. And then there is also a quick stock balance. So these are things you can never, I'm 100% sure, Patrick, These are things you can never find them. Believe you me, I've worked with the systems in this country. And these are some of the things clients will ask you, and especially these clients who are very much established, they will ask you some of these things. And unfortunately, there are most of the systems in this country will not have this. Okay, they will not have this. So this is all that you can think of in terms of stock management. They are actually handled by the system. Okay, and then we have the human resource here. Okay, you can see the human resource. These are also some of the modules of the human resource. Okay, you can see the employee. You can take the employee's data. You can also be able to group the employees as per their departments and also as per their grades. And then there are also leave applications. So in other words, an employee also can be able just to log into the system and apply for a leave, which most of the system also do not have. Okay, but this one now, an employee can log into the system and apply for the leave, and the HR will be able to see this is an employee so and so, and is asking for a leave or is asking for maybe an off day. They are able to do that, and then also they have what we call anything to do with compensatory leave requests. They can also be able to do that. Okay, then here you can check off your attendance. There are also attendance request form. There are employee check-in as they check in. And by the way, the system supports, like you were asking me the other time, the system supports what we call biometrics. We can integrate with that. If you look down here, there are options of integrations. But this one is an admin forum. So most of this is an admin package. Eh? So which means for your case, unless you'll have that package, you'll be able to do that. But most of the time, as professionals, the specialists, we are the ones who will be able to do that for you. Okay. So all the biometrics, time and attendance, they are actually able to be supported. You can integrate any biometric equipment with the system, and the system can be able to pick that. So you don't have to use what we call this Excel sheets, whereby if you are not there, you cannot actually be able to substantiate which employee was at work and which one was not at work. And some of these employees also, I understand, especially for a retail organization like yours, you'll find because one of the employee is actually very close to one of your supervisors, and the supervisor is the one in charge of actually, checking those attendant lists. What happens? They will simply give them the attendance. Okay, so how will you be able to verify that this employee was not there? But now this one is actually biometric enabled, whereby an employee cannot give his supervisor fingerprint or his facial recognition. So what happens is that they simply just apply their fingerprints, and then the system picks everything automatically. So this is something that you are able actually to do within this system, and this is all that you can think of in terms of HR. They are all here. You can see everything. Okay, all that you can think of in terms of HR, they are here. Okay, everything. And then we have also manufacturing, and I know this is also what Sanjay Jr. was asking me, that in terms of manufacturing, because for you to do an assembling of a motorbike, you have quite a number of parts that come from different areas, and then those parts, they come like raw materials. So what happens is that when you are producing a motorbike, like that is in terms of assembling those parts, you want to know how many parts have gone where, in terms of like which motorbike uses how many types of sprockets, or maybe a battery, or maybe springs and all that. So you need to know that. So that is also an element of manufacturing. And that is what I was trying to explain some other time. So that is an element of manufacturing, so that you are able to know a typical Bajaj motorbike, when you do an assembling of its body parts. Okay, how many materials will you require for a full Bajaj to be fully assembled? Okay, so that is actually manufacturing, and those materials that you're using, they actually come from your own stock. So the system is able to pick, because you've already said this type of materials are going to be used to assemble this type of a motorbike. So when you do a production in the system is already, checks what raw materials are going where. And then from there, it is able to deduct, stock from the main stock, and then also do a production from the other side. So this is what exactly it does actually work here. That is how it does work. Yes. Yeah, bill of materials. Yeah, bill of materials. They are like that one is, yeah, just like the way the name suggests. Yeah, yeah, that's just like the way the name suggests. Like you want to know the cost of the entire materials, because the cost of raw materials and the cost of the final product, they'll have to balance. So that is why it is giving you that bill of materials. Okay. Now stock entry, that is it. And of course, there is this job card. Mostly if you've worked for something and then you want to know what exactly is required and what has been accomplished. So you are able to follow up from that, because every time a technician or somebody does something, you will need to know exactly what they've done. So that is where they are coming actually to feel the progress of each and every work that has happened, and that one mostly works in factories and manufacturing industries, because you'll have to know what exactly is happening on different shifts and all that stuff. So the head or maybe the supervisor will always be updating the progress at the job card there, so they will be able to indicate what exactly is happening and all that. Okay, then you have a production plan. And quite it is quite funny that most of the factories you visit, some of them, they are just so used to the procedure of production to an extent that at times you tell them, where's the plan, and they will be like, we don't have to have a plan, as long as I've written everything on a sheet of paper and then I submit it to the supervisor. Then the supervisor will be able to supply the materials that I so require. So some of these things are done in a more casual way, so to speak. But within the system, you'll have to indicate every progress that you so require to perform. So you must have a production plan, and then you have to have also a work order. Of course, work order summary. That one also will have to be there, but this one populates automatically. That is at the background, because it comes in form of a report. So whatever things that you do at the background, the system will be able to populate a report, so that your supervisors will only come and see and be able to know what exactly had happened. So these are an auto-generated reports. All these are auto-generated reports, but you have to put a work order. Okay, you have to put a production plan. You have to know the stock that you're going to deal with, and of course they are supposed to be items. And then of course you'll have a bill of materials, workstation types. You'll have to have also a workstation, then operations, and then of course if there are things that require some routing, that is for transportation, then you'll have to indicate the routes where these items are supposed to be going. Okay, so that's why I told you this system is so robust. Yeah, you can check exactly what this is just production alone. Yeah, this is just production alone, and you can see the rate of things and the many things that we've just covered here. Okay, you can see that. Yes, Timothy, I can see your hands up. Yes, I can. I can hear you. Yes. Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I had clarified this before. If you had read my email, I had clarified this for some time back, that the system, it is actually fully web based. Okay, web based in a sense that it is fully reliable, relies on full internet. So you have to have internet for you to be able to operate. And what we normally advise clients is that at least you should not depend on only one service provider, because you know what happens. Yeah, tomorrow morning you may wake up and you realize that there's a fiber optic cut. There's a fiber that was cut somewhere, so it has to be repaired by the service provider for you. So that one doesn't mean that now you will close the shop because the fiber was cut somewhere. So our advice is that you can actually have more than one service provider, so that in case one has effects, then you can as well just go for another one. So that your business does not experience uh, a cuttage because of a cutout of a fiber optic. Okay, so that is one option. You can have more than one service providers. That will be okay. Now, the second option is that if you will want the system to run on an offline mode, right now you have to be on Linux operating system, because that is what the system does support as at now. But our engineers are still working on ensuring that also Windows is actually captured. Both Windows and Mac and other operating systems are able to run with the systems on a local mode. But currently, as at now, the system only runs on Linux. So you'll have to have Linux operation systems so that the system can be able to run on an offline mode. Okay. Yes, but it's easier and it is also cost effective, and especially relative to your operations. Okay, the way you guys operate, because I've seen some of your sales representatives, they don't have to necessarily come to the shop. Some of them do their sales while they're on the field. They simply have a tablet, which I saw you had actually provided for them a tablet. So it's easier for them when they're actually on internet than just putting everything on local mode. Okay, so it's easier for them if there is internet, then it's easier for them. Yes. I hope I've answered your question, my friend. Yeah. Yes, Timothy. Yeah. Yes. Are you answered? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now, can I proceed? Okay. So this is what you see. This is what the modules are entailed in a manufacturing setup. This is what it is, and then of course there are also other modules that do report in terms of procedures that are happening in the entire ERP. And this one normally we approve it for the directors, or for those people that the director really trusts. These are the people who will be given permissions to be able to access this kind of report, so that you are able to see how things are really moving and how the goals are really being achieved. Then you can see also the feedbacks, what kind of feedbacks you are actually getting. Okay, and then we have what we call a customer relation management system. This is whereby you are able to, in terms of like you want to know your sales, you want to know which customers are really buying which products, and which areas you are actually getting leads, and who are actually your real loyal customers. And then from there you can decide as to whether you'll want to actually give them an incentive or something like that. So these are some of the things that you find that the system or the ERP is able to guide you and lead you in the things that you are so much in need of. And one of the things is that with the CRM system, you are able to know if your sales are actually down, and you are also able to know your peak hours and your lower hours, and which type of products are actually moving on a certain period or on a certain year, and what kind of maybe motorbike, now for your case, which type of motorbike do Kenya's customers in Nairobi prefer, as opposed to those who are in Mombasa. Definitely, because there are dynamics in that. Yeah, there are dynamics in that, because I've also seen, like when you go to a place like Eldoret, you'll find a lot of people or in that area they are using TVS type of motorbikes. I don't know why, but they are just dynamics. Yeah, I don't know if the first person to sell motorbikes there was dealing with TVS. I don't know, but most people there you find every type of motorbike they ride is a TVS type of a motorbike. But in Nairobi, I can see Bajaj is dominant. A lot of people are running Bajaj, and it seems like Nairobi is a Bajaj area. And then if you go to Mombasa, I've also seen Mombasa. It's actually Bajaj and all that. Some of the motorbikes that I've seen there, they are actually Bajaj. So those are some of the dynamics you'll be able to know when you are using the CRM system, because you are gathering business intelligence for you to be able to know that you are dealing with the right audience and you are selling a product to them that actually resonates with them. Unlike some people will say you cannot sell refrigerators in the Iceland. Iceland probably you can sell heaters but not refrigerators. So so those are some of the business intelligence that you're able to know what kind of motorbikes are really being preferred in certain area, so that when you open a unit or a branch there, you put a focus on that specific motorbike, so that in this area people prefer this type of motorbikes and all that, as opposed to other motorbikes. It could be because of the roads, could be because of the terrain there. Because of the terrain, could be because I'm told some of the motorbikes cannot actually survive in that terrain, and some of them in a terrain like Rift Valley, I'm told they take a lot of fuel because of the hilly areas and all that. So they cannot actually use motorbikes like Kingbird and all that, but they would prefer TVS because it is consumes less fuel in that terrain, because that area is hilly, very hilly. So this is now the main purpose as to why people will use the CRM system. But you can see this CRM is embedded within the ERP. So tomorrow, Patrick, if you tell me you want to use the CRM system, what happens is that we simply just activate it for you in the system. But relative to the modules that you will have chosen, okay, if you don't choose CRM, what happens is that it will just be here, but it will be inactive. You'll not be able to open it. Okay, but it is until when now you pay a license key for it. So that is when now we are able to activate it, and then you'll be able to use it. But the modules that you select, those are the modules that will quote you for, and those are the modules that are going to be active. Now, including also, we have a modules here that monitors projects. Okay, now you can see now this one, it is not actually relevant to your operation, but just wanted you to know because it is here. These projects, you are able to monitor projects and know exactly how the project is moving on, and you are able to see everything. You can see, and then we also have a website mechanism whereby you are able to actually embed this system into your e-commerce platform. So I don't know, you guys, I don't think you have an e-commerce platform as at now, because I searched and kind of like I didn't see if, okay, you have a website. You have a website, yes, but I didn't see any of the e-commerce platform. Like, do you have customers who are buying online? Yes. Okay. So most of the time you just use other platforms, yeah? Okay, but now if you will need this to be integrated with your e-commerce platform also, we do build those e-commerce platforms, yeah? Yeah, we are specialists on that. We can design for you an e-commerce platform and then integrate it with the system so that you can widen your scope, or you can widen your customer niche. Yeah, so that you don't only deal with customers in Nairobi, but you can have a customer as far as Mombasa, or maybe a customer as far as Lodwar, who can be able to see what you offer, and then they can also order online, and then you can be able to deliver it to them online, because there's an element of a route here. so that you're able to know where your customers are, and then you can deliver that. So we do that. So that one should not be your problem. That one we are actually doing it. So you don't have to worry. The day you will want it, just let us know. And of course, we'll be able to integrate that for you. And then, of course, there's an element of a loan element, whereby at times, and mostly you have this type of circles, or the type of circles, like we have circles around and all that stuff. So this is one of the modules that they will use a lot. Or even in your premise, in your company, if you have employees who will want to, who normally come and they are given loan from the company. Okay, so you are able actually to assign them a loan, yeah, and then you will be monitor their payment as the system monitors also their statements and all that. So this is there, but also this only one module applies to bodies like SACCOs and other organizations, human resource, because this one now is also a human resource element. But now we've put it all actually separately, because there are also other organizations which are not fully like in terms of human resource, but that is what they do. That is what they do. They issue loans like Shylocks in Nairobi. That is what they do. So if somebody will need a system to monitor his customers, okay, because he gives out loans like Shylocks and all that, so we can give them that one module to help them actually be able to monitor their loans and monitor their customers and where they are. So this is what we can do that, and they are able to know how many customers have applied for loan, how many customers are looking for loan, and how many customers are in need of a loan. So now this one is an app on its own. We can actually be able to make it be like an app, and then we can be able to do it. So yeah, for an organization like a SACCO, they will want a full-fledged ERP whereby it has a loan as a module in it. So that is why this one is here, and they are able to do that. And then, of course, we have a payroll also, which is also a module on its own, because there are some of the organizations who will not need maybe the entire HR, but they only need a payroll system. So we've also created this a module on its own, but there are those who will need it to be part of the human resource, which is also not a problem, because here it is fully embedded in the ERP system. So whatever happens in the HR system, that is in terms of attendance, then the system picks the attendance from the human resource, and then when you are doing payroll processing, it monitors all the attendance and the hours worked, and then it calculates actually the payroll automatically. So that is why it is here. But now you don't have to take the entire HR module for you to have payroll processing mechanism. You can also have a payroll processing as a module on its own. So that is how it is, yeah. And then of course these other ones are very administrative, which are not actually relevant to you right now. So the rest is just administrative, but these are the main modules that are running the entire ERP, so that you are able to know what exactly is happening. Yes. Yes, Patrick. Yeah, Timothy, I can see your hands up. Yeah. Yeah, come again. You're cracking. Yes. Yeah, sure. Because as you can see, the system itself is actually an ERP system. So it deals, it can run with supermarkets. It can run with supermarkets, wholesale, and distributors, as we said earlier. And if you want to see, this is the point of sale. This is how the point of sale will look like. Let me just show you. This is how the point of sale will look like. So that is how the point of sale will look like. You can see It has all the images, and this is where you till. For example, this is a wholesale functionality. Okay, this is a wholesale functionality. You select the name here, and then I'm able to choose a product, or even I can scan a product. And once I scan the product, then I can be able to pay. So by paying, I just simply scan it, and then it will give me here. So right now, I've only set an option of cash and credit card. Yeah, but I can do the integration of both the M-Pesa and every kind of modes of payments. That one is not a problem. It's just simply an integration that will be done. So that one, which is already there, what I have to do is just to define the dimensions of this payment gateways. So this is where you do the payment, and then once you can select if it is cash, I can simply say that, and then I'll say submit, and then it will print a receipt. You can see here the invoice has been printed here. So this is how the POS will look like. But now for your case, it will have all these payment gateways, like M-Pesa, credit cards, and all that. But for my case here, because it's a demo version, I've not actually, indicated all the payments yet. Yeah, because we still don't have a demo version of any payment gateway. If we had a demo version of M-Pesa gateway, I would have indicated here and then demonstrated to you. But currently, I'm only using cash. Yeah, even credit card is not all that. So those payments are there. So that one you don't have to worry. But this is how the POS will look like for you. Okay. You can see how the interface is just easy to use and cheap. You can simply select a product here. You see, you just select a product. It is like somebody who has bought a phone, and you're trying to learn the interface of your phone, and at the end of it all, you end up mastering your phone. So that is how the ERP is. It's just user friendly. You don't have to struggle so much. It is actually user friendly. Okay, and then these are some of the departments that you can actually select for different items or different products. If you want the POS to sell only products from bakery, so it will only bring all the bakery products here, and then you are able to sell all the bakery products. Because the dimension. Sometimes I think you've visited some of the supermarkets. You've seen that they have a point of sale at the restaurant, and then there is a point of sale at the bakery. Okay, and you cannot actually sell items from the supermarket to that POS in the bakery or that POS in the restaurant. That in the restaurant can only sell things relative to the restaurant, and likewise also to the bakery one. So this is how they've set it, because if it is a bakery, it is actually tagged to the products that are from the bakery. And if it is, maybe you can say, restaurant, it is also tagged to products that are relative to the restaurant. And if it is pharmaceutical, likewise also. It is also tagged to products that are from the pharmaceutical. But now you will find that in the entire at the entire supermarket, there are only those POSs outside there that actually tagged to all products. Okay, all products. They can pick all the products, but within the supermarket, those specific units within the supermarket, like restaurants, bakeries, and all that, those ones are tagged to specific items. So you cannot actually be able to just sell anything in that point of sale. So this is how they do the tagging. Okay, if it is even clothing, this is how they do the tagging. Okay, you'll go to certain floors of the supermarket, and you'll find there they only sell clothing, or maybe they only sell detergents. Yeah, so that is how those point of sales are actually tagged there. Yes. Okay. Yes. No, 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 no. Those are just our neighbors outside here. Those are our neighbors outside here. Yeah, exactly. So Timothy, I think you answered. Yes. So that is the point of sale, the way it looks like. But there are a lot of things, because I know when we do the progress, that is, yeah. Yes, yes. There is one thing you also asked, if it is actually supports touch screen. Yes, it does. It does support touch screen, because you can see this POS, the way it is even designed, it is actually it has touch screen capability mechanism, whereby you can simply just touch there, and the products will appear there. Okay, and customers also can do what we call self-service, because there are some of the customers who will need self-service. They can simply just do that. Yes, there are some of the shops, like you find the liquor shops. Yeah, they have this huge screen, like a point of sale. I think there is one, I saw it, one in Kiambu area. Somebody is operating a liquor shop, and he has one big screen. That is a point of sale where a customer just gets inside there, and then once they have identified the things they want to buy, then they can go to that point of sale and just select the things. They will be able to know how much, and then they are able to pay. So once they pay, it is self-service. You don't need a cashier there. It is self-service, but you will only need somebody around the shop who is actually guiding customers on what to do. Just like at the banks, you see the way the ATMs are operating. Yeah, you will find one of the bank representatives in those ATMs, so that if somebody does not know how to operate an ATM, so they are able to help. So currently, that is how some of the shops are operating. Okay, currently that is how some of the shops are operating like that, because the consumer in Kenya is actually evolving, and is actually changing, and that is how it is. Okay, so Timothy, this is how the point of sale will look like. Unless you have any question. Okay, so I'm glad that you answered. I'm glad you answered. Okay, so we can move on. If there's any question, please. But the procurement guys are so quiet. I don't know why. Why are you? Or are you satisfied with your department? O- Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, and I'm very, very thankful. If I'm able to explain things to you, and you are able actually to understand, I'm so much humbled, and thank you very much for the appreciation. Yes. Yeah, now if you will want me to come there so that I can take you through specific demos on different departments, that one will be okay. I'll be more than glad to do that. Yes, I'll be more than glad to do that. And for the quotation, I will want to know the number of branches you people have, and also I'll want to know which modules you're taking. And I know for this case, you want us to, if we will quote you for accounting, maybe inventory, stock management, and the POS, that will be, I'll just want to know that. And then after that, with the number of machines, because we also charge the relative to the number of users that you're going to have. Yes, so that is what we consider before we do a quotation. Yes, exactly, exactly. So that is what we will consider before we do a quotation. So I'll be more than glad to get the details. Yes, yes, yeah. That is the director of the company. That is the director of the company, Mr. Paresh Shah. Yeah, he's the director of the company, but most of the time he's very busy. Getting him will be at least maybe if we fully arrange. But I'm sure if I visit one of your shops one of these fine days, and normally he normally engages clients because he's a very busy person, but he will engage clients sometimes when now we are finalizing. So when we are finalizing, that is in terms of like we've done everything, we are about to roll out the project. I think that is when now you will have to know the person you're dealing with. Yes, and I think we will have a meeting with him too, so that you are able to know who is he and what kind of a person he is. Yes, yes, you're very right, Patrick. You're very right. Exactly, exactly. So I'm actually looking forward for your feedback. Maybe you can share also with me your email address. You can share with me your mail address, just in case if we do a quotation, then we'll be able to send you the quotation. That is, of course, I have to get the number of branches you have, number of my users for every branch, that is per every module, and the user. That is, if it is accounting, how many users? Okay, how many users in each and every branch? And that is, if it is stock management, how many users in each and every branch? So that way I'll be able to furnish a quotation for you. Yeah, I'll want to be very realistic. I'll want to be very realistic because, working with with the with the with what we call with constant figures might not actually bring a reality, because I may give you a figure which may not actually be relative to you. Okay, I may give you a figure of somebody who has over 100 users, or maybe they have over 200 users per branch, and for you maybe you only have 2 or 3 users. So you can see that figure may not actually be realistic to you. So it is better you give me the number of users and the number of branches, then I give a quotation relative to what you guys are actually having, something that is relative to you. And then from there, we are able now we can discuss further. Okay, we can discuss further. If it is something that is beyond me, I can actually reach out to my director and for advice. Yes, I can reach out to my director for advice and all that. But right now, because I've met most of the clients, I've met some of them. They will tell me, "Can you give us the figure, the range?" But the range you give them, by the time you want to do, you are beginning to roll out the system, you end up realizing that figure, it is actually was underquoted. Why? Because they had other things, other things apart from just the modules they've chosen, but they had other users or other branches which they did not actually indicate. So it is good for you to be realistic. If you want a system, you know that if we go for KLIK ERP, this is the cost and this is what it will cost us, because you have an official document from us. You have an official, quotation from us, so that this is exactly what will cost us if we go for KLIK ERP. So that is why when I deal with clients, I always want to tell them the truth. Tell them the truth and give them a realistic figure that is relative to them. But I can't just give you a figure of other clients. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. That is fine. Okay, that is fine. So today is a Friday. If you will want us to organize for another meeting specifically for your guys, that is for accounts, because the accountants Yeah, I'll be more than glad to just take a day or two, come there, take you through the system until you are satisfied, so that when we engage when we know you are fully satisfied with what we are offering, because we don't want a situation whereby we begin rolling out a system, and then that after that, that is when you start now complaining. I thought this thing is here. I thought this thing is here. I thought we wanted this. I thought we had paid for this. No, I like taking you through a system until you are satisfied. What is there, it is there. What is not there, it is not there. And if you need it, there will be, a customization that has to be done. I want you to be in good picture, so that when we begin rolling out the system, things are okay. Yeah, we've had scenarios whereby other people have been rushing in actually installing systems from people, but at one time when the client ends up realizing A, B, C, D, and it ended up bringing bad blood between them and the client. So I will not want that to happen to us especially. So please make sure we iron out things before maybe we engage fully. And that is why I'm very open, very, very open. If you want I want me to take you through more demos, I'll be more than glad to do that. Okay, more than glad to do that until you're satisfied, and then we can go to the next level. Yes. So that is why Mr. Sanjay Jr. referred me to you, so that we actually make sure we iron out things properly before we do the final end. That is if you will choose not to go for our system, and I hope so. I'm looking forward. Yes. Okay, Patrick. Okay, Patrick, I'll be more than glad. Please, you can also WhatsApp me. That is my number. Sometimes you may call, and I may not actually be able to pick your call because I'm in a meeting. So you can just simply drop a WhatsApp there. Once you drop, I'll get the message. Yes. Okay, thank you. So when are we? When? Okay, so we are concluding everything next week. More than glad. More than glad. Yes, provided I get the details, I will make sure I come. Even when I come there, the quotation will be ready. Yes, exactly. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, it was glad having you, my friend. Thank you very much, and your team. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward so that we can take this discussion further. Otherwise, thank you very much. Looking forward to see you next time. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.